Welcome, brothers. I am the epic narrator, and today we have an infamous pictograph to vivisect. The Ultramarines movie. You will have to stick around to the end of the review to see if it gets the narrator's seal of approval. The answer may surprise you, but before we start, remember to subscribe and join the Epic Narrators chapter for more reviews and lore. Make your Emperor proud. So let's begin. Well, where to start with this one? Don't believe the hype, brothers. This movie is the greatest thing since 2nd edition 40k. It's feature length and it has Space Marines in it, so 10 out of 10 Aquilets. Review over. Well, sadly, that is only partially true. If you tuned in to see me tear this movie apart like a bio-starved tyrannid, then you will have to wait. And stay alert, because from here on in, brothers, spoilers approaching. This film is not all bad, and we'll discuss its accolades first. And I'll hold my hands up. I tend to be a bit biased. I like almost anything that has Space Marines in it. But I'll try to remain objective, but it's going to be difficult. But I do understand there is a lot of vengeance aimed at this film. And to be honest, it is much deserved. The plot centres around our boys of Ultima Squad and the main protagonist, Proteus. They go down to a planet and servitor brains hit the fan. Usual 40k stuff. Nothing groundbreaking here. It's a decent enough watch for any GW fanboy and only clocks in at around 70 minutes. But if you snigger at the thought of an alt knob or plan to watch this with a randy demonette, then I suggest you give this one a miss. So, we'll start with the good stuff. It's written by Black Library's Dan Abnett, a veteran novelist of GW. Personally, I find his stuff a little bit hit or miss, but he is one of GW's top boys, and that's a plus, I suppose. The voice acting is, well, I wouldn't say it was good, but it is fun. And Space Marine as fun. The voice actors in this film are actually mildly famous, would you believe? So, I think we know where the majority of the budget went. Because it certainly wasn't in the CGI.
This hallowed weapon has fought in the hands of our greatest veterans. It has slain alien beasts and demons alike. One day you may be worthy enough to wield it. Until then, you may kneel before it.
We march from a crag,
and we shall know no fear.
Now, our cast. John Burn Heretic Hurt is amazing as Chaplain Karnak. Meister Lerwin is the medic. Python. Yeah. Apothecary Python. He's probably the most likeable character. Proteus, who is hilariously voiced by Sean Pertwee. I don't know why, but just something about Proteus cracks me up. Perhaps it's his dreamy expressive eyes, or full metal jacket bun. Show us your war face, Proteus. Truly terrifying. It seems that Brother Proteus somehow skipped the emotional conditioning class back on the crag. Even funnier, he's described as, quotation, probably the most capable squad leader. But, apart from the hilariously broken Imperial Fist Brother Nidon, Proteus, it seems, is the most unstable out of the lot. Proteus, in case you didn't realise, is our main protagonist. Terence Stamp as Captain Severus makes a commendable effort and has some of the most badass kills in the film. The rest of the squad are descendants of Captain Kirkus, one of the lost primates. It's the time-honoured tradition of the Kirkians to wear a ceremonial red shirt under their power armor. And we all know what happens to red shirts. Oh, and this guy, he survives, but I don't remember his name. So what about you? Who's your favourite? Or who's your most despised character on Ultramarines? Is it Karnak? Is it the amusingly faced Brother Proteus? Let me know below. after praising the vocal talents, we need to pay homage to an epic score. I've been listening to the Ultramarines song on repeat in the chapter house for over 10 years now. No one has complained yet, and if they do, they'll find themselves first in line for a temporary transfer to the Kirkonian chapter. That's how I like to get rid of unruly chapter members. Brother Jonathan. He was so happy when he got his transfer to the Kirkonians. The fool never saw it coming. His death was both glorious and convenient. Other good things are it came in a tin, which doubles up as a bric-a-brac container and was packed with a lackluster comic explaining the escapades of Ultima Squad before the movie. So if you think that having to read a comic or novel before the film just to be able to understand the plot was a modern invention of Star Wars, then think again. GW were there 10 decades earlier. The comic or graphic novel chronicles Ultima Squad's previous engagements as scouts, and due to attrition have been rushed into the role of fully fledged Space Marines. So you thought I was joking about Proteus skipping class. Well, joke's on you now, son. But this comic contradicts the film itself, as the film is about Ultima Squad's first combat mission. Now, perhaps this is to raise tensions for the non-GW fans, I don't know. But this is a huge hole in the law. As we know, Space Marine Scouts have never seen combat before. That doesn't sound right now, does it? So what are these guys doing then? Practicing getting their head pulled off by a Tyranid? I don't think so. Not to mention that this is a tactical squad. Now, in a tactical squad, you need to be in a Devastator squad first, and then you need to be in an Assault squad, and then... Well, you get the picture. But it is nice to have some extra GW physical media thrown in with a DVD. For the younger ones watching, a DVD is something that we used to use in the dark ages of technology to watch pictographs before Belisarius Call magicked up the Primaris and Netflix. Regarding the action, there are some truly glory-laden fight scenes. Chaplain Carnus's Crozius moment is showstopping. And to all you naysayers, the Crozius Arcanium is just a fancy power wall. I say no. This is a universe with unique spiritual warging. We know Karnak has been charged with guarding the Codex in the chapel. I don't think the Imperial Fist would have sent him down there to do such a job with a pencil sharpener and a crayon. So let it be known, the epic narrator fully endorses Karnak as an honorary member of the chapter. Not only is this Crozius the mightiest, but it is the thickest and the longest in the galaxy. All hail Karnak. The scenes of the squad fighting the demon are also thrilling. First, as it stalks them through the temple, and later at the crescendo, facing off against Plasticine-faced Proteus and the remains of Ultima Squad. Proteus bashing the demon's brains out is also another highlight. While doing so, our man rattles off some pure cheese Space Marine lines, as Ultramarines are wont to do. We march for McCrag, blah 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 blah. Special mention also goes to demon-possessed Cerberus. I mean, if this scene doesn't give you an uncomfortable rise in your standard issue GW pants, then you are in the wrong hobby, son. Thus concludes the reason why Ultramarines is maybe not an amazing movie, but at least passable. Now, I do have a soft spot for this wobbly and ultimately flawed flick, so perhaps I am biased. But make sure you subscribe to the chapter so you don't miss part 2, which is going to be dropping soon, and I promise I'm going to be tearing this thing apart in a frenzied blood ritual. And there will be more Proteus face. Now, brothers, you have a task. Take your leave. Go forth into the abyss. Remember to like, remember to comment, and may the Emperor keep you safe in your travels. Special thank you today goes to Virtue for his insight into the Ultramarines movie, and also Jackula1 for his continued interaction on the channel. The chapter salutes you, brother.